Steven, you talk about in Art of the Impossible the 7 neural networks related to drive, and you particularly do an excellent job speaking about the role of the player social engagement network and the seeking system network. I'm wondering if maybe you can articulate a little bit more the value of activating those neural networks and how it's related to accomplishing our goals.
Perfect. So what Brent is talking about originates with the work of Dr. Jaak Panksepp, who was a brilliant neuroscientist up in Washington, who is the person who he was sort of a hero, both to me as a neuroscientist and a huge hero to anybody in the animal welfare world, because he was the guy who proved once and for all that animals have emotions. And he did this by mapping the 7 foundational emotional systems. We have 7 basic emotional systems. They're present in all mammals. They're networks, and they rely on different parts of the brain. They tend to use different neurotransmitters and different hormones. And they tend to, one is we have a grief panic network. We have a care nurturance network. We have a lust network. And so when we're talking about peak performance, predominantly you're talking about the play, social bonding, morality networks, and the seeking system, right? Seeking system is a general purpose, go out, get resources, seeking system, and play. So the reason it's play and social bonding and morality is, so we used to believe a long time ago that the point of play was, we're going to play fight today as an animal. If you're an ethologist studying animal behavior and looking at chimps, baby chimps are fighting. What are they doing? Or, dogs are wrestling. What are they doing? The thinking was for a long time, they're practicing fighting today because tomorrow it's going to be real fighting. And not so much. And the reason, I can go into how they figured it out, but basically a guy named Mark Bekoff watched animals who played a lot and fought a lot as a kid and said, are they the best fighters as adults? Like, did the skills actually translate into real world anything? And first did this with wolves and people with a lot of other species, and the answer is no. What actual play is about is communication of culture and social value. So like when you're a little kid and you're playing with your baby brother and mom says, might does not make right, don't beat up on your baby brother. That's the point of play. It's instruction in morality. It's instruction that might doesn't make right. And we take care of the weaker members of society and blah, 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 all that stuff. That's actually what's being transmitted in play. And underneath that transmission, every time we do something right, of course, there's powerful reward chemicals. When it comes to play, you get a little bit of dopamine and you get a little bit of oxytocin. Sometimes you get endorphins. These are all, performance enhancing pleasure drugs. And with the seeking system, predominantly dopamine and norepinephrine, again, pleasure drugs. And so when you're talking about most things in peak performance, and you're definitely talking about goal setting, when you're talking about curiosity and passion, you're talking about norepinephrine and dopamine predominantly. And then when you're talking about turning passion into purpose, purpose involves other people. So now you get to start getting social bonding chemicals as well. And it's also worth pointing out that while a lot of people, this is the other reason I don't like talking about mission level goals out loud, because it sounds all high-minded and altruistic. I'm here to make the world a better place for animals. Oh, I love you, Steven, right? And the truth of the matter is, by wanting to make the world a better place for the animals, I'm getting much more reward neurochemistry, because I'm not just meeting my needs, I'm also meeting my tribe, my planet, my species, right? And I'm getting rewarded for this. And from a performance standpoint, more neurochemistry, more drugs, better performance, better productivity, better motivation, better fire, better excitement, better focus. And as a result, it's a totally selfish equation. So every time you run around and you say, I'm here to cure the world hunger, I think, no, you're not. You're here to get more dopamine and oxytocin, and we'll see if you're going to cure world hunger, right? Like real bad boys move in silence. So when you feed the world, okay, then we talk. But until then, all you're doing is just grabbing neurochemistry at my expense.
Well, Steven, it's good. You can balance off your love for animals with how much you say you despise humans. So it's okay that you bring that up, right?
I don't despise humans. It's just like sometimes there are better things on television.
If what you've heard on Flow Research Collective Radio has been helpful, please consider doing us a solid and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to this. Reviews help us connect to a wider audience so we can get these peak performance principles out to more people.